hot in, so hot in her. It's hot in Florida now. It's really hot. What's that have to do with anything? Nothing. Small talk? Yeah, small talk. All right, here's a story from the Free Thought Project. Most of my stories come from there because they cover so much police corruption that I can't even get to a different website. Cop strip searched 6 kids because their mom took too long to buy muffins. An innocent mother had her rights violated and all her children strip searched by police because she took 10 minutes to buy muffins, by Matt Agris, June 1st, 2019. Elizabethtown, Kentucky. In the land of the free, taking 10 minutes in a store to buy muffins is akin to robbing a bank or selling heroin. Just finished a big clamato, so. Pardonne-moi. Calme-toi. Calme-toi. Oh. Let's see here. At least that's the way it played out when Holly Curry ran inside Cobbler's Cafe to buy her 6 children some muffins for breakfast and came out 10 minutes later to find 2 cops waiting for her. This visit from police would end with all 6 of those kids being strip searched naked by police and family rights being severely violated. It was 67 degrees that day on March 30th, 2017, so Curry, who was on her way to bring her 5-year-old to karate practice, thought it would be easier to leave the kids in the car rather than bring them all into the cafe. Statistically speaking, leaving the kids in the car is far safer than herding them through a busy parking lot. However, the police didn't care about statistics. When Curry came out, the officers told her she was being detained. Curry began to cry as the cops began to question her, and she asked if she could call her husband Josiah. However, the officers refused to allow her. Also, the cops couldn't have cared less about kids being in the car as they never mentioned them, and the kids stayed in the car the entire time. The officer informed Curry that they were not charging her with a crime, but noted that they were going to file a JC3 form, which is a hotline type alert to the Kentucky Child Protective Service System, one of the most corrupt and disgusting bureaucracies in this country. Should not even exist. The very next day, a CPS agent showed up at the Curry's home, but Curry stood her ground and asked if the agent had a warrant. CPS did not have a warrant, and the agent left. They didn't leave to go get a warrant, though. They left to go get a gunman. However, Curry's brief rights-flexing victory lasted only an hour. Shortly after the original visit, Child Protective Services showed up at the Curry's home again, this time with a cop by her side, and demanded to be let in. Despite still not having a warrant, again, Curry asked for a warrant. That's when threats came out. According to a recent lawsuit filed by the Currys, a CPS agent and the cop threatened the family with taking all their kids if they did not let them in. Not wanting to have her children kidnapped, Curry let them in. So they threatened to take them if they didn't let them in, so Curry lets them in. According to the report from Reason Magazine, once inside, the woman from CPS questioned Curry about her home life. Curry answered fully, the lawsuit said, worried that any refusal would add to her peril. The investigator insisted on taking the youngest child from Curry's lap and, without permission, began to undress her. In the presence of the male deputy, the investigator proceeded to undress each child, male and female, down to the genitals, removing the diapers of the 2 youngest. Curry tried to object, but she knew she was powerless to stop the investigator from doing full-body inspections. Dude, you can't even open the door for these people. That's where you're getting to in this country. You see them at your door, you don't recognize, don't even open the door. Let them smash the door in. Because they won't do it 99% of the time. They work on threats and intimidation. The last to be undressed was her 4-year-old son, taught by his pediatrician that he should never let a stranger take his clothes off without mom's okay. But when the boy tried to make eye contact with Curry, the investigator stood directly in his line of sight, leaving him helpless. Then the investigator pointed to the deputy and said, "Show that cop your muscles." The little boy removed his shirt and flexed his biceps as ordered. The investigator and deputy began laughing while the investigator started to pull down his pants. When the little boy finally was able to look back at his mother, she was holding back tears. The little boy's face registered shame and fear. After humiliating the family, severely tormenting the children with the police officer-assisted strip search, the cop and the CPS agent left. 2 weeks later, Curry would be found not guilty of child neglect. Oh, thank you so much for stripping our kids down to their genitals. You're such a helpful person. Child Protective Services with your armed gunmen, with your threats of violence and kidnapping. Thanks for your help. This is what we need in our country with our children. The golf carts in this neighborhood crack me up. There's some that look like Dodge Rams and stuff. I wouldn't mind having one of those. But again, I wouldn't want electric. Well, electric, but beefed up. After humiliating a family, tormenting... The Currys are now using a lawsuit to expose the system for coercion and threats they used to investigate innocent mother and her 6 children. Curry said the experience left an indelible mark on our whole family. We all felt violated. Curry had every right to be worried, as Kentucky CPS have been exposed in recent months for illegally stealing children from homes, as well as circumventing constitutional rights by threatening to steal children. As Lenore Skenazy points out in an op-ed for the WAPO, neglect is blatant disregard for a child's true safety. Neglect is not when you let your kids wait out a less than 10-minute errand or walk home from the bus stop. And frankly, abuse is strip searching 6 kids because their mom got them muffins. There you go, people. Another amazing story. Again, YouTube hating, please check out my Etsy store. If you want to become a poker dealer, go to, what's it called? Rockstar Dealing Academy in Tampa. Talk to Dave. Tell him I sent you. If you're looking for a pool cue, we got Woodworth Cues. And again, my Etsy store. And please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.